Exodus 13, verse 1. The Firstborn Consecrated. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Consecrate to me all the firstborn, whatever opens the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and beast. It is mine. Let's read the commentary here. This is too quick little... Actually, no. We're going to continue reading the scripture. Verse 3. The Feast of Unleavened Bread. And Moses said to the people, Remember this day in which you went out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of hand the Lord brought you out of this place. No leavened bread shall be eaten. On this day you are going out in the month Abib. And it shall be, when the Lord brings you into the land of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, which he swore to your fathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, that you shall keep this service in this month. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day there shall be a feast to the Lord. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and no leavened bread shall be seen among you, nor shall leaven be seen among you in all your quarters. And you shall tell your son in that day, saying, This is done because of what the Lord did for me when I came up from Egypt. It shall be as a sign to you on your hand, and as a memorial between your eyes, and the Lord's law may be in your mouth. For with a strong hand the Lord has brought you out of Egypt. You shall therefore keep this ordinance in its season from year to year. So let's read the commentary here, verses 1 through 10. So since God had destroyed all of the firstborn males of Egypt and spared the firstborn of Israel, he declared that the Israelites were to consecrate or dedicate to him their own firstborn. Moses reminded the people to remember this day, the day God had delivered them out of the place of slavery. They were to celebrate it in the years to come, even after they had entered the promised land. They were also to teach its meaning. Let's continue with scripture. Verse 11 of Exodus 13, the law of the firstborn. And it shall be, when the Lord brings you into the land of the Canaanites, as he swore to you and your fathers, and gives it to you, that you shall set apart to the Lord all that open the womb, that is, every firstborn that comes from an animal which you have, the males shall be the Lord's. But every firstborn of a donkey you shall redeem with a lamb, and if you will not redeem it, then you shall break its neck. And all the firstborn of man among your sons you shall redeem. So it shall be, when your son asks you in time to come, saying, What is this? That you shall say to him, By strength of hand, the Lord brought us out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh was stubborn about letting us go, that the Lord killed all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all males that open the womb, but all the firstborn of my sons I redeem. It shall be as a sign on your hand, and as frontlets between your eyes, for by strength of hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt. Let's read the commentary here, verses 11 through 16. Commentary is coming from the Tony Evans Bible Commentary. So here we read from verses 11 through 13. When the Israelites arrived in the land of Canaanites, every firstborn male, man and animal, was to be presented to the Lord. The people were to redeem every firstborn son by offering a sacrifice from their flocks. They were also to redeem every firstborn donkey with a sacrifice. If they did not redeem the donkey, they were to break its neck. In verse 14 through 16, with these actions too came opportunities for the Israelites to teach their children truths about God and what he had done for them. The redemption of the firstborn was a reminder that God had spared Israel's firstborn when he killed Egypt's. Similarly, the act of baptism and the Lord's Supper provide Christian parents visual pictures to help them instruct their children about the redemptive work of God through Jesus Christ. Taking advantage of such opportunities is part of how we bring children up in the training and instruction of the Lord. Ephesians 6, verse 4. Continuing scripture. Verse 17, Exodus 13, the wilderness way. Then it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God did not lead them by the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, lest perhaps the people change their minds when they see war and return to Egypt. So God led the people around by way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up in orderly ranks out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had placed the children of Israel under solemn oath, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones from here with you. So they took their journey from Succoth and camped in Etham, at the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud to lead the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, so as to go by day and night. He did not take away the pillar of cloud by day or the pillar of fire by night from before the people. All right, let's read the commentary here. Verse 17 through 22. When the Israelites departed Egypt, God did not lead them down the nearest road, because it led to the land of Philistines. To go immediately from slavery to battle might discourage the people and cause them to return to Egypt. Though the departing Israelites had assumed battle formation, God knew they were not ready to face opposition, so he led them toward the Red Sea, along the road of the wilderness, that is, into the Sinai Peninsula. God led his people with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, in keeping with Joseph's wishes. See Genesis 50 verse 24 and 25. Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, so that they could bury him in the land God had promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hey, welcome in. Thank you. This concludes Exodus 13. We're going to stay tuned for Exodus 14.